Hello YouTube and hello my dear followers. Today we are going to take a look, a little bit closer look, the second sister ship that I personally waited, and I think you too, the Blücher, the second ship of Admiral Hipper class ship. Before we go for that, let me say this first. I am now attending a new school that helps me studying works related to wielding metals, combining them together. Like an example, uh, welding boats or ships in dry docks, dockyards, that kind of work. Well, not work, but related studies. Okay? So that is going to dramatically slow down releasing videos because, as you know the saying, studies first. Okay. And it is going to take some years, perhaps two, but hey, at least I'm going to focus that and YouTube videos second because my future is on the line, of course. And also making videos, after some way get some food. Anyway, back to the Blücher. First of all, I say her design is really impressive. Come to think of it, the details, I say, well, the sharks, taking a closer look, is also, well, fascinating choice compared to her beloved big sister Hipper. But before we go to the Azur Lane Blücher, let's take a little bit lesson dive in for history, shall we say. I have her design on the second screen and also the difference between Hipper and Blücher, okay? And the only way the comparison by the hull, there is only one ship can get as close as possible to Blücher in the other game is actually Admiral excuse me, wrong word, Prince Eugen heavy cruiser. So about that, the difference in the design is obviously the clipper bow, but when did that was chosen, I don't know. But here is the difference about the design of Admiral Hipper class. Here is the one part. As launched, Blücher was 202.18 meters long overall, that is 665.4 feet. And here is a clipper bow, if I remember right. Somewhere around... Well, I lost it. Hold on. Over here, clip. With the clipper bow, the overall length was 205.9 meters. and 676 feet long. So the Blücher was first 203 meters long, and when the clipper bow was added, the length increased to 205.9 meters. As for the armament, of course, we have 4 turrets, twin 203mm SKC fast-firing guns, heavy cruisers guns, then 11, well, hopefully it will 11, twin 105mm SKC 33 AA guns, 12 twin 370mm AA guns. Sorry. Doing my best not to mix the words. And something 8 pairs single mounts 2cm T30 AA guns. I don't know what those are. I have no clue. And 4 triple mount torpedo armaments. Well, that was clumsy enough. So the armament and the design, in comparison to our big sister Hipper, I say they are close, but the bow is totally different. Oh, and the long tons was also the same, I think. I am not going to compare them, but in the paper had designed to be displacement 16,117 metric tons and full load displacement 18,200 long tons. Well, that's about that. And the speed, of course, was 32 knots. That's 59 kilometers per hour. That's a decently good speed, in my opinion. So, what about those dates? The history of the Blücher is sadly short. The ship was launched on 8 June 1937 and completed slightly over 2 years later on 11 is it 20 September 1939, the day she was commissioned into the German fleet. And as built, the ship had a straight stem, though after her launch this was replaced with a clipper bow, increasing the overall length, as I mentioned, 205.19 meters. A rocket funnel cap was also installed. I have no idea what that is. Blücher spent most of November 1939 fitting out and finishing additional improvements. By the end of the month, the ship was ready for sea trials. She steamed to Copenhagen in the Baltic Sea. There she the trials that lasted until mid-December. After that, the ship returned to Kiel to final modification. January 1940, she resumed her exercises in the Baltic. At the middle of the month, severe ice forced the ship to remain in port. Okay. On 5th April, she was deemed to be ready for action. Was therefore assigned to the forces participating in the invasion of Norway. And I don't think, well, in shortly, that was her last mission. There was a fortress, or this city they need to be taken into Operation Weezerbang, if I say that right. But in the middle of night, she was hit by 2 torpedoes and some heavy coastal defense batteries that ended her capsized and sunk. But today you can still find her hull in if I remember that correctly, Drawback Narrows. Did I say it right? Weird name. Well, not weird, but hard to say. Hard to say. From there, you could find the wrecks of one of the Blücher's anchors is now at Brücher in Oslo. Well, sounds familiar. Short mission. I'm not gonna say about that right now. There are those professionals enough that have told that story many times. Long we live, so the story. Stories. Back to the Azur Lane. There is one thing I want to gladly take a closer look. It's about the sisters and their relation. As I mentioned, Admiral Hipper, the lead ship, is a big sister, and Blücher is the Hipper's little sister, as so is Prince Eugen. But because Prince Eugen is the last, Blücher and Hipper are big sisters to Eugen. If I remember the words right. Hipper is a tsundere, and Blücher is all in love, if I say so myself. Towards the commander, no hiding the feelings whatsoever. Need to get used to it. If only I could crack up some jokes about that. But hey, that's fine, I think. Perhaps this is the most funniest detail I think about it. Hipper and Blücher are both blondes, okay? And Eugen is a silver hair. If you let these three to go together, or Eugen and Blücher, the rest is good. I'm not going to spoil you. But if you do want to spoil, get spoiled, jump probably 20 seconds ahead. Blücher says to Eugen, I'm going to turn you to blonde. Okay. And that was the spoiled. Not bad. Well, now that is sister stuff out of the way, how about we go to the stats? How does she benefit among her sisters? In the game, I did some ridiculous amount comparisons, and I am not going to splat them on the screen because the differences may be big or small, but let me say it in a nutshell. The differences between Hipper, Eugen and Blücher, I'm gonna say only the hit points. Okay? Hit points only. In the base, Hipper's hit points, base like a 0, starting from 0, is 874. Eugen hit points base is 1099 and Blücher's hit points are 811. If you reach them 100, Hipper gets the nice boost to her health. In a level 100, Hipper gets 4518. Hipper gets 5683. Blücher, in the other hand, gets 4193. And from that point onward, if we go to the 120 level plus affection taking effect, I think, also increases the hit points. Hipper's is 4917. Eugen is 6252 and Blücher 4600. Well, not big jump, not really. Only 5000 somewhere. Sorry about that, not 5000. 500. Almost screwed that up. And level 125, after the little bit upgrade, she gets the not big jump. Hipper gets 5083, Eugen gets 6394, and Blücher gets 4717. By that in the base, it also speaks loudly. Blücher is not much about a tank character, because if you can take a closer look to Eugen and Hipper, they can take more punch compared to Blücher. But in that regard, but the full analyze shows, in my personal analyze, Blücher have more offensive stats compared to her sisters that can take damage. And what do I mean by that is a interesting one. Her AA stats is slightly better compared to Hipper's. In level 120, Hipper's AA stats, for example, is 189, but in there, Blücher's AA stats, level 120, is 208, not much. And same goes to the Prince Eugen. That is, excuse me, haven't eaten yet. 205. So Blücher is taking a little bit lead on the AA stats compared to her sisters. But the efficiency tells more, because the less your efficiency, the less effective it is in the battle. Because if efficiency level 100 is same with Hipper and Blücher on anti-air guns. But some reason Eugen gets 110 and 120 in the anti-air guns. I don't know why. Perhaps better engineering. And same goes for the main guns. The Eugen main guns efficiency is 150 to 125, but the Blücher has 135 and 150%, while Hipper has almost the same as Eugen, but the maximum is 130. Torpedoes are the other half. They are the same. 160%. With 3 sisters. That's all I can say. But the skills, however, the skills. Now we go to the best part, I personally say. The skills. Unstoppable Love and Daredevil Sweetheart. Starting on Daredevil Sweetheart. Hello, Sweetheart. Increases the ship's firepower and critical rate by 50% and speed by 8. 10 seconds after the battle starts, and every 20 seconds after that, fires level 10 special barrage based on the skill level. And for 8 seconds, tanks 30% of the rest of the vanguard's damage taken while decreasing it by 20%. During battle, the ship gains level 10 special secondary gun. Damage is based on the skill level and the ship's AA stats. Must be those 105mm guns. Unstoppable Love. Says a lot, thanks to her personality. Every 30 seconds after the battle starts, deploys 2 rotating shields that last 15 seconds and can block up to 10 enemy shells. All shells. Increases the ship's evasion rate by 10%, and when the ship's HP falls below 50%, decreases the ship's damage taken decreases damage taken by 13%. But what is this difference? Does not affect damage tanked by this ship's Daredevil Sweetheart skill, and increases her damage dealt by 10%. Also fires Hipper class barrage. Okay. So what does this say to the end? Oh, also her luck is 17. Kinda low, right? Blücher, in a nutshell, is an offensive heavy cruiser that doesn't take much damage. Compared to Hipper and Eugen, they can take damage, but not Blücher. Blücher is a offensive heavy cruiser, but as you can see, her HP is a drawback on that. If you want to improve her survivability, I highly recommend you take probably say improved hydraulic steer, was it? I completely forgot the name right now. And well, I use right now repair kit in the second to increase some survivability. She's a personally, I think, a decent, good heavy cruiser despite some lags, but she still is a great sister. Great sister to have between hip with the Hipper and Eugen. With the Hipper and Eugen, she is a good sister and fun one too. How many interactions there's going to be in the Fanarts between Blücher, Hipper and Eugen? I have already seen a few and they are really wholesome. Really beautiful. So what is your opinion about Blücher if you have her? Well, she was worth it to grind. She was my personally most wanted heavy cruiser yet. But I think we have come to the end of this journey. I need to still get used to her wild personality. Well, this is my personal analysis of the Blücher. If you find something missing, ask in the comments down below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you like the Blücher, just give her some love back because she loves you full. She's like a complete mirror comparison to Hipper. Like a second mirror side of the Hipper. Right now, the video has come to an end. What do you think about Blücher? Thank you so much for watching. I will attend my studies and I will do my best to release a video of next week, and she is going to be set 16. Spicy destroyer, I say so myself. Take care and I'll see you next week. Good night.